So, if you're wondering when the iMac 2023 with an M2 chipset is coming, then you're in a bit of a surprise, as there will now be no M2 but an M3 instead in the next iMac. Today I want to go over all the details of this report and go over the specs, design, and of course I want to give you the iMac 2023 release date and price. But first, a quick summary of where we are with the iMac. So Apple updated the only remaining iMac in 2021 with a whole new design with a 24.5 inch display with the M1 chipset inside. The design is the thinnest iMac that's ever been created, and it's gone back to its old sort of late 90s roots of adding lots of colours you can pick from. The iMac is a great home PC for anyone who just needs to browse the web or do some amateur music or photo or video editing, as the M1 chipset can more than capable cope with these sort of day-to-days and ad hoc basis tasks. Well, there's also some great news, as Apple are looking to enhance this new design iMac with a couple of new features and of course put the next generation M3 chipset inside it. So with that, the M2 journey is now coming to an end, where we've got the M2 Pro and the M2 Max being added, and also the M2 Ultra is just around the corner. The next logical step is to bring out the M3 chipset. So expecting this iMac to be one of the first Apple devices to get an M3 chipset, as it's been nearly 2 years since the iMac has had a refresh. The M3 chipset will be made on a 3nm die, and we're expecting of an increase of around 50% of more CPU performance than we had with the M1 because of those extra cores and also sort of the new die process and extra tweaks and things like that. But for the GPU, we'll be gaining up to 70% more power again with more cores and also being on that 3nm die. As you can imagine, it's logical for Apple to now apply this chipset into devices that are due a refresh again, and this includes the smaller MacBook Pro and also the MacBook Air 13-inch, and maybe also at the same time this iMac 2. So you're probably wondering why we're not going to be getting an M2 at this stage. Well, reports coming from Mark Gurman claiming that the next iMac will not be getting an M2 chipset, but in fact be getting the M3 chipset based on 3nm die instead. However, Gurman is claiming that this will be coming out in late 2023 at the earliest, alongside the new M3 MacBook Air and other models. If this does come true, this would mean it'd be a mighty blow on the iMac, as already at the time of making this video it's nearly been 2 years. Gurman said that the M3 is coming at the earliest the fall of 2023, so this would mean that the iMac has skipped the whole M2 and that it would be like about 2.5 years before we actually get the next sort of chipset put inside the iMac, where it'll actually get its first refresh. So it could even be even more than 3 years if the M3 journey does even start in 2024 too. Gurman does have a very good record at being correct, but has at multiple times before a launch of a product changed his mind on when the products will actually come out. So it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of months if his mind changes again. For me, I believe that Apple missed out on a massive opportunity putting an M2 inside the iMac before the summer of 2023, because sales of the iMac are already drying up, as you can imagine, as you can buy yourself an M2 Mac Mini and pair it with a 4K 24-inch display, and it will cost less than the M1 iMac, and plus you also get more ports too on that Mac Mini. So to wait another say 9 to 12 months again for a new chipset does seem a bit crazy. But with all of this, a quick note, with any of these leaks even up to the new iMac release date, that all reports and leaks are not 100% proof that they'll come true with the new iMac. I can only present to you what I've been told and shown. However, if you're still watching this video, you're just curious about knowing what is being said about the next iMac anyway. So next of all, release date, and as the M2 journey in all Macs are coming to an end with M2 chips in MacBooks, iPads and the Mac Mini, it does seem that the M3 journey could start the end of 2023, and we've had reports like this one showing the M3 is on its way. So we could get the new iMac in the fall of 2023, as the iMac would have not been updated in 2.5 years by that time. Apple will normally do an event in September time, and this is more primarily towards sort of Apple Watch, the iPads, and also the iPhones. However, we could also get another event around about mid to end October time, showcasing the new Macs, and they could come out around kind of the sort of the end of October or early November time. It is expected for Apple to release the new M3s at this time, and it's very well possible that the new M3 iMac will also be coming out with these new products.
So then guys, just very quickly, this channel recently got over 500,000 subscribers, what is absolutely amazing. And I gave away 3 different prizes. And if you want to check out who the winners were, do check out the 500,000 subscriber video what is on my channel to check out who won that. But the great news is guys, I'm doing another giveaway, and this time it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be doing it when we hit a certain subscriber amount. We're going to be doing it in some point in June, and let me show you what the prizes are going to be this time. We've got 2 runner-up prizes, and the first runner-up prize is going to get their hands on this. These are some AirPods 2, and I'm going to be giving away this to 1 lucky subscriber. And then also we've got this here, and this is also the AirPods 3, and I'm also going to be giving this away to 1 lucky person too. Then the grand prize is going to be this here. It is an iPad Air M1, and I'm also going to be giving this away. But the main thing what makes everything different this time is I'm actually going to be doing a live stream in June time and revealing who the winner is right there. And the details about that are going to be coming up in a video at the beginning of sort of around June time, and you'll want to make sure that you get all the details about that. So make sure right now that you subscribe to this channel and also hit the notification bell, because you won't want to miss out on the instructions for that live stream, and you also don't want to miss out on the live stream too. Now also guys, I just want to say there are lots of scammers, lots of spammers out there, some of them impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp them, to Telegram them, contact them by different means, and also part with any of your money. This is not me at all. My giveaway is totally free, and it's also an international giveaway too, with free shipping included. So make sure guys that you do tune into that, and also at the same time guys, I would love to know what Apple gear, what technology gear you're going to get in 2023. So make sure that you do put that down in the comments below of what you're planning to get, and also a cheeky like to this video would also be grateful too. And with that guys, it's back to the video.
So with that out of the way, let's now talk about the iMac specs along with the price. So I'm going to be talking about mainly about the 24-inch iMac with the M3 chipset inside it. There is the possibility that we're going to be also getting an M3 Pro chipset inside it, but I'll talk about that at another day. So let's just mainly focus on the M3. So really for the design wise and also the display, nothing really is going to change with this new 24-inch iMac. It's going to be similar to what we've had with say the MacBook Pros, the 14-inch and the 16-inch models, where we've just basically had an update of chipset inside it. So we're going to be expecting that same 23.5 LED Retina display coming in at a 4480 by 2520, and that will also give us 218 pixels per inch or PPI. We'll also be getting a very similar sort of storage options available, so from 256 gigabytes all the way up to 2 terabytes of storage for your choice. The M3 chipset is looking likely at the moment to be still getting the 10 core CPU and up to a 12 core GPU, but if things do change with this, we will be updating this information. And then for RAM, again, still it does look like we'll be getting a choice of 8 gigabytes of RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM, or a choice of 24 gigabytes of RAM. The actual body of the actual iMac will be made out of an aluminum body or an aluminium body if you're here in the UK. And then basically, depending on what kind of chipset you pick, if you pick sort of the binned version of the M3 or the normal version of the M3, then you'll either get the choice of 2 times USB-C Thunderbolt 4 ports with 2 times USB ports, or you'll just basically get 2 times Thunderbolt 4 ports, and also the 1 gigabit Ethernet port too. The colours, the choices will be very similar again. You'll be getting the blue, the green, the red, the silver, yellow, orange and purple choices. But the webcam could also be updated this time to a 1080p centre stage camera, which does make a lot of sense now. The prices also will be very similar. We'll also be getting with 8GB of RAM with 256GB of storage, would cost us $1,299 and then also if you wanted to go up to the 512GB option with the 8GB of RAM, be $1,499 and then the 1TB, $1,699, and I think you get the idea here. So as you can see, Apple built on the foundations of the M1 iMac and just basically made it a little bit more better, especially be getting that M3 chipset inside it. So next on my wishes for the iMac M3, I would love to see an M3 Pro being added to the iMac at least. Right now we can get the Mac Mini with an M2 Pro inside this, and this is considered as the cheapest Mac out there with an M2 Pro inside it. I think it would be great for Apple to bring the M3 Pro to the iMac, and also especially that the iMac does have fans inside it, that you could also probably keep this M3 cool and you wouldn't have anything like throttling issues for those people who want to do powerful editing and also for you creators out there too. But those are my thoughts on the current iMac. What are your wishes for it? Let me know in the comments below and let me know if you agree with this choice too, because I'd love to know your thoughts. And on that guys, it's also time to wrap up this video, so if you have enjoyed watching it, please make sure you like the video, and at the same time if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you hit the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell. Until next time guys, I will see you really soon. Take care, bye bye.